spooky and scary images for Halloween. Something that can frighten people even more is thinking about their retirement savings and income. Greg and Kristen Taylor of Legacy Retirement Group are here to say, don't let retirement scare you.
Yes.
Now, before I start, Halloween's right around the corner. Can I ask you both, what has been your favorite Halloween costumes?
Well, I'll let Belle show first. Belle's Snow White, that's her favorite costume.
Oh.
She didn't have a choice in the matter there.
Yeah.
But mine was Rainbow Bright, and I like color, and so that was fun to dress up as that.
Oh, yeah.
For me, without a doubt, Batman, the belt, the cape, the mask, it was great.
Love
And,
it.
you know, my bicycle was my Batmobile, so that was a great time. Yes.
Perfect.
Legend in his own mind.
All right, folks, let's get right to it. We're talking about retirees. Start with you. What do you think is the scariest issue for retirees or those who are about to retire?
Yeah, longevity risk is a big thing that people worry about nowadays because our life expectancy has bumped up so much. And if you're looking at retiring at 50 or 55, you could live 30 or 40 years in retirement. And so it's scary to think about your money lasting that long. So it lends its hand to that for sure.
And Greg, is there a particular product or strategy in the financial world that you feel is, let's just say, wearing a costume or a disguise? You know, in other words, it's something that appears to not be what it is.
I think in general, the financial world does not do a great job of being transparent. In other words, there are a lot of fees and things that are behind the scenes, and the average investor, the average person putting their money in something, they get a prospectus maybe this thick, and they're given this task of reading this and understanding it and really trying to decide and comprehend how much they're actually paying in fees. In fact, we had a couple come in recently. They had a variable annuity account, and we sent that to our wealth management team to analyze, and they came back and told us that there was over 4% annual fees. Now, the wife, she was mad about...
Yeah, she was mad about having a $50 administration fee. Mm-hmm. She had no idea she had this 4% fee on her account, additional to the $50.
And just imagine this, on a $200,000 account, over 4% meant that they were paying over $8,000 a year in hidden fees they knew nothing about. And so that is really scary to me.
That is scary.
Yes.
Yeah, without a doubt. Now, superstitions all around us, right? You know, you talk about broken mirrors or black cats. Now, if these are signs of what will happen in the future, how can we put that toward the financial world? Are there any signs in the financial world that can help predict what's going to happen in the years to come?
Well, let's look at some signs around us right now. There's a sign of national debt. Right now, over $18 trillion. The government has initiated what was called quantitative easing rounds 1, 2, and 3 since 2008. And what that meant was they were borrowing money, infusing it into the economy to help get things generated. So, you know, the bump on Wall Street, is that real? Or is that something that was purchased through government infusion of money? And so that's where we find sometimes that the signs around us are that taxes probably are going to have to increase in the future in order to pay our bills. Right. You know, our government's the only place that I know that can keep piling up a debt and never really focus on paying that debt off, but eventually I believe we'll have to do that. So what people are doing right now is a lot of them are deferring, you know, into IRAs or 401k accounts or things like that. And the idea by the CPAs or accountants is, well, defer your tax today, you won't have to pay any now, and later when you retire, hopefully, tax rates will be lower. But that's one that, if I look at the signs, tax rates in the future could very possibly be much higher than where they are today. So that's a sign. Also, we have to look at signs of health care. You know, you hear about Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act and that kind of thing, which I think a lot of people are concerned about right now. And being able to afford health insurance, being able to afford prescription. Not to mention that over $250,000 per lifetime in retirement is expected on just traditional health care costs, not even long-term care. So with long-term care happening where it really hits about 50 to 60% of those who live past the age of 65, those are some areas that, if we look at the signs, a lot of people just aren't prepared for.
All right, Kristen, Greg, thank you both.
Thank you.
Always good advice.